This is Marth, the Emblem of Beginnings and your very first emblem. He is a straightforward damage dealer who is only available in the early and late game. His passive stat bonuses are Strength, Dex, and Speed, which are broadly useful for any physical attacker. Marth's primary draw is his Engage Attack, Lodestar Rush, which is a 100% accuracy delete button for all sorts of enemies and boss health bars, and overall is an excellent tool to keep in reserve. Marth's Engage skill, Divine Speed, gives you an extra half damage hit if your weapon allows follow-ups, which is an absolute ton of free damage and is overall very useful. Now let's talk about his sync skills. Break Defenses is an extra 50% damage hit when breaking an enemy on player phase. It's very good if you have Marth equipped, but is often too expensive to inherit early on, and likely by the time you get him back, you'll probably have spent your SP on something else. Perceptive increases Avoid when initiating on player phase, and Unyielding heals you when starting your player phase on low HP, and both of these skills are cheap, but they are only situationally useful and probably not worth the skill slot. Now let's talk about his inheritable skills, which are Avoid and Sword Agility. The lower levels of these skills can be useful for getting an early dodge tank off the ground, but higher levels come too late and are much too expensive to be worth it. Marth's engaged weapons are very useful early on, with the rapier being very effective in the early game against cavalry and arbor knights, but it soon becomes irrelevant because of its low 7 might. The Mercurius at bond level 10 is extremely important early on because it grants double experience, and in early maps you want to be using this as much as you can. His third engaged weapon, the Falchion at bond level 15, is pretty mediocre because its might is the same as the Mercurius, and dragon effectiveness barely matters in this game. Doing Marth's Paralog to raise his bond level cap to level 20 will give him better stat bonuses, but you don't unlock very high impact skills by doing it, so it can be skipped. His chapter does give you a ton of XP from its high level enemies, so you may want to do it just for that. Overall, Marth is a very useful emblem when you haven't, but he isn't around for the mid game and many difficult chapters, so his availability is poor. The main benefit of using him is the extra damage on Lodestar Rush and his skills Divine Speed and Break Defenses, but inheriting skills from him is inconvenient due to the timing of his availability, and there are often better options that you can get earlier. In early maps, you can just give him to Aaliyah or anyone who you want to train with Mercurius XP, but in the endgame, he can go on anyone who needs extra damage. I give Marth a yes, he is useful and you should use him out of 10. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more guides like this. Please subscribe and see you in the next one. Bye.